The book of Proverbs is filled with wisdom, and today we're looking at a short verse that has a lot to say. Coming up. Hello and welcome once again to the One Verse Daily Devotional. My name's Matt. I'm so glad that you're with me here as we look at just one simple verse to grow a little bit deeper in our faith every single day. This is what we're here doing, whether you're listening on the audio podcast, whether you're watching on IGTV, Facebook, or my first love, YouTube, where One Verse got its start 4, 5, 6 years ago. You can find some pretty old One Verse videos on YouTube. And so I'm excited to be diving into that as well. So I'm glad that you're with me here on the podcast. And today we got a short verse, a little verse out of Proverbs that has a lot to teach us. Our one verse today is Proverbs 3, verse 7. And it says, "Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil." Do not be wise in your own eyes. Man, that is a jam-packed sentence. It is just crammed full. We could literally unpack that one simple phrase for days and weeks and months. I mean, it's one of those phrases that literally you're going to spend your whole life trying to learn what this phrase means, or more importantly, trying to apply this phrase to our life. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Man, that's great advice, but how do we do that, right? Do not be wise in your own eyes. Well, how do I even know if that's what I'm doing, right? I just want to kind of assume that my views, my thoughts, and the way I see the world is kind of correct, right? That's how we all feel. That's why there are views, right? And it says, do not be wise in your own eyes. Realize that maybe the way you see the world, the way you want to handle a situation, maybe the way you look at finances or deal with time management or goal setting, all those different things and those different aspects of life, the Bible says here in Proverbs, well, don't be wise in your own eyes. You might think that you know the best way, but maybe that's not always true. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, then what do we do about it? Well, fortunately, this verse answers it for us. See, at first it might not seem like the answer, but if we read it in context, it says, do not be wise in your own eyes. And then immediately after that, he says, fear the Lord and shun evil. Well, he's not just like teaching us two other things, right? It's in the context of that previous phrase. Don't be wise in your own eyes. And by the way, this is how you do that. All right. What do I need to do? Well, fear the Lord. The closer you get to God, the more you trust him, the more you dive into your relationship with God, you're going to see the world through his eyes. And I love, to this day, I love this definition that my mom gave me of wisdom. Her definition of wisdom was seeing the world through God's eyes, seeing things through God's eyes, that we would put this filter over our own lens, right? That we would see the world, see our decisions, see the future, see anything that we need to work on, goals that we want to accomplish, how we treat others and act and react. All that would go through the filter of, what would God do? What would Jesus do, right? That classic question. What would Jesus do? How would God view this situation? And if we do that, and that's really what the fear of the Lord is, right? That we're not really afraid of him, although that's kind of part of it because God is all powerful. But he doesn't want our fear in that regard. He wants our trust and our respect. He wants our love, our devotion. He wants our worship. And when we give those things to God, it is having that healthy fear of the Lord. And when we do that, we grow close to him. And by growing close to him, we see the world through his eyes. And when we see the world through his eyes, we're actually living with true wisdom, the wisdom of God. Short verse, but a big challenge. That we would stand up for justice, shun evil, fear God, respect Him, be devoted to Him, give Him your worship. And when you do that, you'll stop seeing the world with your own wisdom, which leads to our own mistakes, right? But instead, you'll be living with the wisdom of God because you'll see things through God's eyes. Have a great day.